Welcome back, everyone, to the Third String Chronicles. I'm one of your hosts, Noah, and today we are going to kick off by talking about some of your favorite young guys in the Summer League. So, we have a bunch of guys that we want to talk about today. So, who wants to get us started with some of their favorites?
I know Monis is just like ready to talk about Stefan Castle. So why don't you go ahead and talk about the guy who hasn't hit a 3-point shot yet?
Bronny James.
Damn.
Could talk about
We can talk
Bron.
about Bron in a sec.
Alright, dude. Castle just I had him as my number one guy coming into this draft, and I'm so happy I did because he's looked so poised on the floor. Um I thought that he would be able to play point guard in the NBA, but like the ball handling ability, the maturity he's shown, in just the 3 games he's played, I couldn't have predicted it at all. He's surpassed my expectations, and I think Lucas could probably say the same because, dude, his playmaking, amazing. Like for someone that did not play point guard for the entire year, making needle threading passes, just making right decisions like 90% of the time. Just it was amazing to see, and I'm glad he's a Spur.
Hmm.
I guess the Spurs are looking up from here. We got Wemby, I guess polished point guard in Castle, who will learn behind Paul. So, see how that goes in a couple years.
Dude, yeah,
It's
everything
always
that's like not good in Castle's game, Chris Paul will fix it when it comes to playmaking and decision making because it's not perfect, but we got the point guard or we got the point god to teach him. It's a perfect
Rajon
situation.
Rondo.
for me, watching young guards play, like getting accustomed to NBA speed, I think one thing that stood out to me watching Castle is he didn't have very many on-ball reps in college, as
Mhm.
a lead guard. And so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest, we've seen guards come into the league who by some reason or another were deprived of a lot of on-ball reps, even though they had a lot of natural talent. I'm taking a look at guys like Darius Garland, who played 5 games for Vanderbilt and then got hurt, right? We still took him pretty high in the draft, um, early lottery pick, but he didn't have a lot of on-ball reps to his name when he came into the league. And you saw he drastically, like, it was a giant drop off from what people expected the first year because he struggled with NBA speed and NBA decision making. Castle, so far it's still summer league, but for a guy who played the wing forward in at UConn, it's been very, very amazing to see what he's been able to do with the basketball in his hands as a lead contributor. His shots haven't been falling, but everything else looks so good. His eyes up awareness, ability, like passing ability, as well as vision, playmaking, setting things up. Very happy that all this is working out so far for San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and controlling pace was the main thing. You see a lot of these guards coming into the league, they don't know how to control pace. They just attack the basket downhill. They don't slow it down. The game just naturally slows down for him.
Mhm.
Like I was speechless watching him the first game because and he didn't shoot that good, but he made a couple 3-pointers, which got me excited.
So, what might be coming in the future? I mean, uh, look, there have been a ton of studs in the summer league so far, and I know someone Han probably wants to talk about. Reed Shepard might be up there
Oh
too.
yeah. No, I think um hold on, I'm blanking. Houston, right? Houston. We're
Yeah,
on the same page here? Okay, thank God. Okay. Another great guard. I actually did watch the game. I'm just like blanking on what team it was. We saw him shoot above 50% from three in college. That's an absurd rate. And coming in, obviously we knew that shot making would be there. Again, much more poised from the field as like a lead, I wouldn't say facilitator, but like someone who gets the offense going than I expected. He played more of a shooting guard role. That's what I expected he would be coming in as, sort of ready to go flamethrower in a box, but not really good at anything else yet. For a guy who is not very tall, he's been pretty good at, carving up defenses from more than just outside. I think his eventual fit in Houston's going to be pretty nice once assuming Van Vliet leaves. Um, I would like to see how he can fare with the ball more as a facilitator. I feel like that his style of play, where he likes to, find open looks around the perimeter, actually plays really nicely into Jalen Green's slashing and attacking the rim. I feel like that'd be a nice fit in the backcourt there. I think Houston in general, though, in the summer league, just has an abundance of talent. Very, very good players. And I mean, even last year we saw Cam Whitmore came in after falling like 15 draft spots and then immediately tore up the summer league, right? And so far he's doing it again this year. So I think that's one of those things where, like, you go into summer league, sometimes the players in the league, the competition is just not very balanced. Remember last year Keegan Murray played like 2 games and he got pulled because he was averaging like 40 points, something ridiculous like that.
He was
I
the
think it's
Summer League MVP 2 years prior, right? Like Whitmore was last year. I know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like going into the summer league, the players that are coming in with NBA experience are just so much more ready. And I feel like we saw that in the summer league opener between Memphis and Utah. The big battle of Walker Kessler and Zach Edey, right? I watched that game in the airport in Las Vegas on the way back from California. And what I noticed was Zach Edey was doing all the right things, right? He was doing all the right things that you want from a guy who is drafted that high to play an off-ball big position. He crashes the boards. He attempts put-back dunks. He contests shots. Giant in the airspace. But when you put him up against Walker Kessler, who's had now more time, like just experience in the NBA, playing against NBA competition, the difference was vast. Walker Kessler blocked him 3 times, twice more or less to steal the game. Zach Edey looked kind of flustered in the paint. He missed a couple of putback layups and dunks around Kessler's presence, and then Walker Kessler just kind of had his number all night. I think, yes, Zach Edey is going to have a nice, successful career, but the summer league, the way it's currently set up, has a massive advantage to the players who've actually played against NBA level competition. So to see rookies coming in and be able to thrive like Castle against players who already have played in the NBA, that's very impressive to me, and I'm very high on him, his outlook going into the season.
Fair point. Yeah. At least me personally, one guy that I've seen on my team that's done really well is Ricky Council. I understand he's one of those guys who's played in the NBA, but to be fair, he actually didn't play a lot last year. I remember he had one big game against San Antonio, actually. I don't know if Monis and Lucas remember that.
Dude,
Where,
I watched like 4 games last year.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it was a
Yeah.
double OT game, I think, that they put him in, and
Yes.
him and
I,
Tyrese Max ended up saving them at the end of the game. I was getting pissed off. I remember that.
yeah. So that was like his one game where he had like a really good game. But coming into this year, he didn't really have too high expectations, in my opinion. So, first game of Summer League, he dropped 27 points. He was hitting crazy shots. I turned the game on and I'm watching him hit like fadeaway threes with a defender in his face. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, we didn't see anything like that last year. So, obviously, this is an NBA competition. Obviously, he has a leg up since he has some NBA experience, but I really think he can earn a rotation spot this year, and I'm excited to see what he brings. Obviously, Jared McCain is probably the focal point of Summer League, and he's been playing very well too, but it's nice to see Council show off like this flashy potential and just show off why he's going to be a good NBA rotational player.
Yeah, one name that I kind of want to bring up. Well, I have 2 names, but one, just because I've kind of been a hater for him ever since pre-summer league. There was a lot of interest from me watching Zachary Rissache and Alex Sarr go against each other. And while we can talk about Alex Sarr in a little bit, because I know you guys wanted to touch on him a little bit, but Zachary Rissache has actually been a good deal better than I thought he would be coming into summer league. He came in as a guy that we didn't think could really put the ball on the floor, and while he doesn't really have that skill like at a very consistent level, we did see him get a good couple of drives in. He got a couple mid ranges off, and obviously he's still a very good shooter. That part isn't gonna go away, which is exciting for Atlanta. So I have to give him some flowers because I came in as a hater. I was like, well, he's not going to be very good. Like, he wouldn't have been my pick at number one, and honestly, I don't even think he was a top 3 prospect in the class. But slotting him in at the 3, obviously Atlanta has a lot of faith in him. They let Sadiq Bey walk. He's going to be their starter, and yeah, I mean, he's good, and I do think Atlanta is going to be better this year. I think it's going to be kind of addition by subtraction. No offense to DeJounte Murray, obviously a fantastic player, but I do think Trey being able to be the guy with the ball in his hands at all times and just surrounding him with long guys that can hit their shots. I do think Atlanta, maybe not like 15 games better, but a couple wins better at least. So yeah, flowers to Zachary Risache, not going to lie.
Quick shout out Atlanta. Another prospect not in the summer league right now because young player not in the summer league because he's playing for Australia in Olympic preview basketball. Dyson Daniels played really well in their almost very close loss to the U.S. A few days ago. I'm excited to see him in Atlanta, sort of like as a defensive stopper role. Tall guard, long arms. Very excited for him as well. Back to the summer league. Manas, you have any thoughts? You've been uncharacteristically quiet.
Uh, let's talk about Bronny James.
Let's talk about Bronny James.
So, coming into summer league, I thought, maybe he'll do something then, but dude, he looks lost on the floor. He does not know what to. I don't know if it's a coaching problem or a, Bronny problem, but there's wide open lanes. There's, easy cuts. He just does not make them. And defensively, I thought that's where he would probably show up. But again, I don't know if it's a coaching problem, but he does not know how to switch on, or he doesn't know when to switch on screens. And like in the NBA, I think that's the biggest thing. Because 99% of offense is run by screens, even if it's an ISO, you get a screen to bail your guy out. But
Right.
if this is the case, he's never gonna earn actual NBA minutes, and I hope he does in the future. But he's got a long way to go. I do think he should have stayed in college, but happy for him and LeBron that it's the first like father and son duo in the NBA playing together. But I just did not understand, why he stayed in this draft.
That
You know,
staying in, I was just gonna say that staying in college point, got me thinking. Just, obviously, I agree with you. I think he should have stayed, but high school basketball is very different from college. Looking at it, heading into his freshman year, he suffered that horrible heart attack, which sucks. And I understand it completely restricted his play this year, but we saw him average, 4 points per game. He didn't play too many minutes. He came off the bench. And that was college is a big jump from high school, as I mentioned. So the NBA is an even bigger jump from college. So the fact that he didn't even have any time to adjust in college and excel there, and then immediately jump into the NBA, it's only right that he's going to get lost because he never really had any time to just polish up his game, work on some weaknesses. And I understand he'd probably be in a tough situation if he stayed in college. Probably a new coach since the USC coach left, or he might have transferred to a mid-major. But I think that would be the right call. Obviously, that's in the past, so now the Lakers are going to have to find a way to work on his game with the coaching staff that they're assembling. But I don't know. I don't know if I feel confident if I'm the Lakers in that roster spot that was given to Bronny.
Obviously, it's not going to happen, but I think Bronny would benefit in spending a year in the G League. Again, definitely not
He
going to
probably
happen,
will.
but I don't think he will. I don't think
No,
LeBron's going to be
I
like, yeah, send my kid into the G League.
As a
No,
good
but at that
dad,
point, what can LeBron do? Because if the entire, like, it's LeBron, but if the entire organization's like, okay, we need this guy in the G League, he needs development. LeBron's not going to be able to do anything. Like, what's he going to
I
do?
think he's gonna
Request?
find the time in the G. I think he's gonna find his way into the G League at some
No,
point.
he's
Like,
going to spend the first year 90%
yeah,
in
even
the
if
G League.
LeBron says no, I think at some point, like Bronny's gonna want the reps. You know?
these young
Um,
guys succeed
Yeah.
off of playing time, and the G League gives them
exactly.
that.
No, yeah, Noah's got it spot on. They need the reps, and I think he knows that too. Another thing I'm curious is he's had a giant spotlight on him the entire summer so far, right? And it's continued because there's no other basketball to watch. I wonder if the G League is going to be a helpful place for him to rebuild his confidence. Like a lot of what you said, Mana, sticking around, like just shying off, waiting for the 3 point look on the outside. I wonder how much that has to do with like pressure, like confidence pressure level, like sort of pressure. Again, this is a guy who highly touted coming to college, immediately suffered a devastating I don't even know what to call it, medical condition, right? Wasn't able to play a lot, and when he did play, I guess we can all safely say underwhelming. I think the G League is a place to play and play good quality basketball without the pressure and the scrutiny that, the actual NBA kind of gets you. And I'd be very curious to see if he takes that because, like you said, there are schematic issues with the way he plays basketball, but I think a lot of that could be fixed if you gave him more confidence. This is a guy who can run really fast, jump really high, right? If we just show him, hey, slash, look for backdoor cuts. I'm sure he would work very well as an off-ball guard with that athleticism ability that he has, regardless of how well his shooting actually looks. So I think he would at some point he's gonna want to go play in the G.
Yeah, he should.
He
Like,
should. No, I agree. He totally
it's
should.
much better than just rotting on the
Mhm.
bench, not getting any reps in. And
Yeah, no.
you said earlier something about pressure. I find it a little funny because there's like a lot of players coming into the league with pressure, and you're sure Bronny's might be more because he's the son of the GOAT. But if you're that pressure that you can't make, a single right play, or he's made some, but if you're that pressure that you hesitate to make the right play, you shouldn't be playing in the NBA or even just summer league. As a starter, they've got bench guys that are better than him, who are
Mhm.
doing a lot more with this opportunity to play in the summer league in front of countless amounts of GMs and coaches and
Mhm.
players. Um, so like that's the other aspect of it. If he's this pressured, why is he here?
Yeah. I mean, we all saw the Jalen Brown comment that he made to um
His
I don't know
girlfriend,
how to
right?
pronounce her name. I don't think they're dating yet. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Gone very,
Who's
They're
very
the
deep
girl
into
definitely
it.
cut
dating.
from
The
the Chicago
Chicago
Sky
Sky.
or
He's
whatever?
been cut
Yeah.
like 10 times already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She used to
holding
play
on
for
to
Indiana
whatever.
as well, I think, and then she was cut from Chicago this year, which is why it explains Andrew Reese being there as well. But we also saw the comment. I mean, you know, NBA competition thinks he's not up to stuff, and that's the harsh truth. And I think at some point he's gonna have to realize that at some point his dad's gonna have to come around too. And once he does, I hope he tears it up in the G. We've seen a lot of good players go into the G League for limited time, come back out looking completely different. Um, did Grady Dick play in the G League last year? I'm
Yeah,
struggling
He
to
did.
remember.
he
He
did. He
did.
did.
That
That's
probably
yeah.
helped because I remember his
Yeah,
second half of the year
he had
was
like
significantly
two
better.
shitters and then just tore it up for the next like 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah, no, I remember he had like coming out, his shooting splits were all like plus 5% each. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh, what did Masai put him on?" No, he just flopped him in the G League, let him get reps up without guys like Barrett, IQ in front of him. So I think that makes that's something the Lakers should think about doing. I think we should move on from Bronny. Uh, some other sophomores I wanted to highlight who are doing really well right now. Hawkes didn't have to play, looks great. Brandon Miller doesn't have to play, looks great. And
Yeah.
again, that's they're these guys who played 1 year in the NBA and look so much better and they come in and dominate summer league, I almost wonder if it'd be beneficial to their team to sit them during summer league. We know some players like the rep, right? But that's a roster spot. And we know you have, like, Jaime Jaquez Jr. started games for the Heat last year at some point, right? He started a couple, right?
Yeah.
What more does he need to gain from playing against beginner intro level competition? I think the Heat should say, no, we're going to sit you. We're going to give your spot to a guy like Josh Christopher, to a guy who's been passed over in the past, or to our rookie. Who did they draft? Khalil Ware, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
been amazing.
He's been great. But imagine who else they could have gotten in the spot that Hawkins is now taking up. I think at some point, that's something for summer league rosters and assistant coaches who are coaching the summer league teams to consider, is the opportunity cost of letting your best young player play in the summer league.
I
I personally disagree. I think why not? For example, if Jeremy Sohan wasn't trying to get Poland to qualify for the Olympics, I would have been like, sure as hell, send him to the summer league. He's a third-year player. I think Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley should have been sent to the summer league because
Who'd you guys
they
send? What's
need
your
the
roster
reps
look
that they can get. Like we sent Devin Vassell into the summer league in his second year too. Like, he looked way better in his second year. Granted, a little shot chucky, but he looked good. So for you to send your second year guys, I don't think it's like, oh yeah, you need the on-ball reps. It's just like, go out there. You have the freedom to do what you want, practice what you want to see, and let's see if that can apply into our actual games. Like, Jaime Jaquez was already a great scorer. He's showing that even more. He's showing a little bit more of what he can bring to the team. And I think this next year he's going to be quintessential to Miami even being relevant, because they're kind of falling off. Although Bam did kind of go crazy today against Serbia. He hit like 3 threes. So hopefully he can do that. That would be like a whole nother dimension
Serbia,
for Miami.
He's hitting threes now?
Yeah, he hit 3 threes today against Jokic. Yeah, it was crazy. I was dumbfounded.
I mean,
That's a huge
Adebayo's always
dimension to his game.
Adebayo's always had the midi, though. I think the natural progression is once you're comfortable taking the pull up, because he's always had the little get the ball on the elbow, face up, pull up mid, right? That's one of his shots. If you have that as a center, I don't see a reason why you can't become a standstill 3-point shooter after that. Brook Lopez did that too.
Yeah,
it's a natural progression, but it's nice to see.
Yeah, but building off the whole thing with Jaquez, it's like, for me, and if you send your guy to summer league, not only is it just more reps, but it's also more aggressive reps. Like, if I have my guy who qualifies for summer league, who's not like in his 5th year, I'm like, would I rather him be practicing with the team like he does every day, or do I want to send him out against players that are hungry and fighting for a roster spot? Like, sure, summer league has less quality of players, but those players are giving everything to find their roster spot. So you're not even like, sure, there's less talent, but there's more aggression. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I get what you're saying.
I get your opportunity cost, but I think it's also just like, send them out there, especially if you have a lot of stock in them, to be able to take more of an offensive load, like Jaquez probably will. Like, send him out there, see what he can do. Like, I would do it.
Yeah. The number one thing I'm afraid of is players getting injured.
That's fair.
We saw Deron Holmes just lose his entire rookie season.
But that was like freak accident though.
Yeah,
that's not.
No, it is. And
but that can happen.
He is a rookie, so it makes sense that he's in the summer league. But it's still a shame.
Yeah.
Because he was expected to play a large role in their rotation this year, backing up Jokic. So it's a shame. Another thing, sort of to rebut your point, I guess, Lucas, I'm looking at 2 players who were drafted in a year that started with 2-0-1. So not someone who's been drafted in the past handful of years, but are still playing in the summer league right now. I did mention this before we hopped on air. Cleveland, the Sixers draft pick Jair Smith, we have him this year. I think he was drafted 2018 or 2019. 2018. And then Kevin Knox.
The 2018, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Knox drafted a year later to New York, right? Both of them are on summer league rosters, right? They're old, but they haven't had their chance to play actual basketball in multiple years. I think Jair hasn't been on a roster for 3 years now. Kevin Knox hasn't been on the roster for at least a full season. So I personally think, like you said, Lucas, there are guys out there hungry to play basketball. These guys want the spot. Why not let them show what they have? And I think if you're giving a spot to a guy who you already know what you can get from, right? Brandon Miller could have been Rookie of the Year if there wasn't some French freak athlete in the league. Um, why give him a spot if you're Charlotte? Why not give it to another young prospect who's looking for a spot in the league? That's just my personal take.
The way I
Um,
see it is like, let's be real, let's be honest, let's be brutally honest. 90% of Summer League is not going to sniff a roster spot or a guaranteed contract. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland, right? Sure, you have a roster. Like, let's be real. In terms of young players, you guys have like Amani Bates, which I think will be good. So cool for you guys.
Jalen
But let's
Tyson
say
we drafted
Miami.
number 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. But whatever. Point being, like, if you are a team who has a legitimate second year that is going to be important, and you're looking at your roster spots, and you're like, well, do I want to give a chance to this guy who realistically is not going to cut our rotation, or do I want to give it to our guy who's going to be playing, who I want him to get more reps, I want him to practice what he's doing against the team, against actual players that are putting their heart out on the court, like it's nice to give people a chance, but there's also the realism of a lot of these players that are getting chances probably aren't going to get a contract or are just going to go to the G League. Like,
Well,
for
here's
example,
how
the
I see it,
Spurs,
though.
for the Spurs, like Jamari Bouye has been killing it, and I wish he gets a two-way contract.
He
But
will.
there's still like a 50-50 on if he gets our last two-way contract. Like, it's not even guaranteed. So you,
And we
it's like
still
you
have
weigh your.
two or three more spots, I think, for two-way deals.
Realistically, I think Harrison Ingram's going to be one of those two-way spots.
Yeah.
He hasn't signed a
No,
guaranteed
he's gonna be.
deal.
Yeah.
He's
So
gonna
it's
be.
gonna be Ingram, Bouye, and then probably Riley Minix.
Yeah, I
from
like Minix. I do
what I
hope he
think.
gets a two-way. But yeah, so to me, it's just like weighing how important is giving this person a chance compared to let our guy continue to develop in an opportunity that presents itself for this person.
I'm with Lucas on this one. Like how he mentioned earlier, Bam shooting the three. That's a whole new dimension to his game. How we brought that up. Like these guys, Brandon Miller, Jaime Jaquez. Yes, they're great. Yes, they're excelling in their role. But their teams want them to take a step up. They were already really good, but they probably worked on new stuff. And as Lucas said, they want to show it off against guys like actually playing it as opposed to in practice. So I understand there are always going to be risks such as injury. That's how it is in the Olympics. That's how it is in everything. But these teams are willing to take that risk to make these players better, and I think that's the mindset you should have. It just sucks what happened to Deron Holmes. I agree.
Yeah.
It's a
But
shame.
that
Terrible.
doesn't happen to everyone. I mean, most of these players, thankfully, don't see that side. They don't get injured like that seriously. They might face minor injuries, but I think it helps them out in the long run.
But even then, like, why do you want to risk it? Because it can happen, and if you know you're gonna get something out of a player that's not a rookie, then just use practice and just scrimmages there to elevate their game.
I mean, still there are injury risks in scrimmages. I mean,
Yeah. Like.
yeah, it's less, but
We're
it's
right,
still
but
there.
why do you want to add even more injury risks to what?
Because
what
it's
there
a
already
question
is.
of application, right? Like, if you want to, fine, let's say Jaime Jaquez, I don't know, changes up his layup package. He gets more athletic, even though he was already athletic, whatever. He can practice that in scrimmages. Cool. But the team in scrimmage is almost never going 110% like you are in a game that you need to win. In Summer League, people that are fighting for a contract are playing at that intensity. Right. There's a chance you get injured. I understand that. So then you're questioning, well, in a full 100% pace game, you want him to try that? That's already regular season. Are you willing to kind of take these risks helping this person apply it when games actually matter from day one? Or do you want them to start applying it in real time before the season starts so that they can be ready for when the games count from day one? So I guess it's a
how I
question of
see it,
risk
though.
and injury, I guess.
Yeah, but even then, if you do it in practice, you're playing against guys who are actually in the NBA, the talent level that you're gonna face in the regular season. And for a team that's, hungry to get better and wants to win, they're gonna give out 110% in practice anyways. If it's like the Pistons or Hornets, then that's a different thing. Of Miami Heat, guys like Jimmy Butler's not gonna let some rookie or second year player just like or not even just young guys, anyone. He's not gonna be satisfied if they just don't give their all. And not just Jimmy, but the entire Heat staff. And it's just an example with Jaquez, but any team that wants to contend, they're gonna give their 110% in practice. They're not gonna just like, oh, it's just practice. It's a daily thing. If a team
I
wants to get
guess,
better, they're gonna
but
put the effort in.
I guess, but I feel like it's still incomparable to like a real time game. But whatever, it is what it is. We already spent like 10 minutes talking about this.
I think this actually segues nicely to another place where a lot of prospects right now, young dudes who aren't playing in the summer league, are spending their time in the Olympics. This is our second topic for the evening. Like I said, Dyson Daniels is torching in Australia. Who are some other young dudes? We saw actually quick tangent. We saw a couple of examples of guys go out, play for their national teams, go insane, and then come back play at a better level. The best example of which is none other than Lauri Markkanen playing for Finland. I think Mo Wagner a couple years ago played really well for Germany. He's come back with a different sort of fire ever since as well. Who are some other guys currently playing in the Olympics? Young prospects, maybe guys who've kind of stagnated in their career that you guys think could come back and play at a different level next year.
Now, I don't think this guy can come back, but I've been watching some of France's games, and Guerschon Yabusele has a jumper now.
Yeah,
It's actually
he's
crazy.
been good.
What
I
a
remember his
name.
Boston days. Like,
What
he
a
didn't really play
name.
much,
Yeah.
but yeah.
No, yeah, dude, I saw him like just pull up, like take a pull up through, and I was like, oh, there's no way he's gonna make it. Bro splashed it, and he not just once, bro, but throughout like 3-4 games he's played, he's been making his threes.
No, yeah, he's looked
I was-
good. I'm not gonna lie.
I
One
was
person
not
who
expecting.
hasn't.
I was
Oh, go
not
ahead, go ahead.
expecting to hear a Guerschon Yabusele name drop in today's podcast. If
Dude,
he
it's been
ever
like
if he
4
ever
years
sees this
since he's
video,
been
let
in
him
the
know it's
league.
all love. But I did not expect to hear that name of all NBA niche role players that we could have named ever.
One
One guy I
person-
think is go ahead, Lucas.
No, I mean, this is kind of a homer thing. I mean, one person who, honestly, he didn't really light it up in qualifiers except for his last game. But Jeremy Sohan looked like a more refined version of what he already was, not like adding a whole nother dimension to his game, but he looked a lot more polished in what he was already good at, which is nice. His shot honestly looks more broken than it did last year, which is a little worrying. But he did shoot well, like from 3, so it's like he shot like I think like 30 something percent, which I guess is fine. But his defense and his finishing looked really good. He was picking up full court. I know against the Bahamas, like they lost that game in the last couple minutes, but he was picking up full court. He just looked really good. Hopefully he can shoot consistently. Like really, that's the one thing barring him from being a long-time starter for us. Because everything else he does really well. He's a timely cutter. He's a good defender, and he looks even better with that from when he was playing with Poland. It's just the shooting. So he looked more refined. Hopefully his shooting can be up to snuff. I hope so. I like Jeremy Sohan a lot. So fingers crossed.
I already
His
mentioned
jumper
one
doesn't
Aussie. Oh,
get
go
a-
ahead.
Yeah, if his
he's
jumper
like
doesn't,
right here. It's like
Wait, he pulls to the side of his head?
he did
It's
it
like-
before, but in a
thought
couple
he
warm
was
up
to the
clips, he was
front.
like here. I was like,
no,
it
it's
didn't
like
look
to the
great.
side, like around his ear. Then there's a hitch, like right as he's like at the ear, and then he just pushes it. It's like it looks flat too, like from his hands.
Because I remember when
It's
he
line
shot free
drive to the
throws
basket.
His
one-handed.
release.
When he shot free
Yeah.
throws one-handed, he kind of started off to the side, right?
See, his one-handed motion actually looks fine, but
Huh.
I remember
the
when that first
two-hand.
happened, and
with the other hand,
the NBA community was going ballistic when they saw it. During
He
the
did
first
improve.
one-hand
He
free
did
throw.
improve his percentage.
no,
by
yeah, he
like,
went
he
up
did.
a lot in percentages.
yeah, it
by
was
like I
almost
think
almost
20-30%.
Yeah, yeah. I think we went from like 50
Like-
to like 70-ish.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I made a post about this. It was 52 to like 76 or something.
Yeah.
Of course, you made a post about this. Shout out
Yeah, dude.
Monis's Spurs Instagram.
Dude, it's
That's
been
Another guy
so
I
long
think
since I featured saw him.
Another guy I think would do really well. I already mentioned the one Aussie, Dyson Daniels. Another one, Josh Giddey, just based on having the ball in his hands, being the sort of the lead guy, in Australia. You know, that's a roster that doesn't have a lot of creation right now.
Well, it has,
Patty
it
Not,
has
Mills, bro.
international Patty
Respect
Mills.
Patty Mills.
Yeah.
he's still
He's
alive.
gonna step up.
The guy's
Yeah,
like
bro, he
doing
dropped
it.
like
always
24.
steps up.
He went off.
I didn't
Him,
realize
yeah.
he was
Evan
still on the
Fournier,
roster.
And any other aging vet. I'd say Batum if he was playing, but I don't think he is. All these aging
He
vets.
is, he is.
Oh,
But
he
who's
is.
playing?
He is, yeah.
All these aging
He got
vets,
into a
they
fight. Didn't he
always
get into a
step
fight
up.
with Schroeder?
Yeah.
He got
He
into
Fournier.
did, you're right. Oh, Dennis Schroeder, another
Oh,
one that
you
takes it to a
saw-
different level in the Olympics.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
But
German
it's been
Dennis
helping his
Schroeder's
NBA
crazy.
game. He's been getting better. I mean,
Oh
going
yeah.
back to the topic, maybe he could take a step up. Again, he's on a bad Brooklyn team, but I could see him get traded for
He gets
something
traded
maybe
by
at
the
the
deadline, I
deadline.
think, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to,
he's
to
gonna be
a
a
team that
Laker
could use
by
a
the
point
deadline,
guard.
dude.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like,
gosh.
Going back for
Put
his
him
third
second,
one.
put him on.
Oh, no.
No,
No,
put
third.
Dennis
Third.
Schroeder on Denver, bro. I'd like to see that.
That would
Oh,
be
I would
good.
like to
Jalen
Denver
Hood
guard.
Schifino
Point
for
guard.
Dennis Schroeder. Who says no?
Ew. The Nets somehow lose that trade, bro.
Yeah.
And that'd be Hood
Put Schifino in
Schifino
a
and like a protected first or a couple seconds.
No,
Or
Not a
that's
swap.
way
protector.
too
Are you
much.
kidding
For-
me?
That's too much for
seconds
Dennis
at
A
most.
Schroeder.
second round pick at
Yeah,
most with
yeah,
the
I was
player.
gonna- Well, actually, they would have to match salary, be like Gabe Vincent or Vanderbilt or something. So,
Dude, Gabe Vincent makes a little too much, I think, for
I was just Schroeder
Yeah.
like 9.
for
Man,
that.
the fall off for Gabe Vincent, I know he was injured most of last year, but the fall off, it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
You know, it really makes you
Um,
wonder about that Heat culture thing.
Yeah.
Because Max Strus has looked good for Cleveland, but he's looked so streaky. I think he shot his career average, I think, from three is 36%. He's just a flamethrower. He shoots high volume. This year he shot 35.5, which is like normal for him, I think, like 35-ish. That's not bad, but he was super streaky. I mean, he's got like some flamethrower games. That game he hit like the really long game-winning bomb against Dallas.
Oh, yeah, I
He
remember
also
that.
went like 5 of 5 in the fourth quarter or some ridiculous stat line. But there's also, I've seen games where he goes like 0 of 6 from 3, right? So he hasn't played at the same level. Caleb Martin obviously just got the new
That's what
contract
I'm
with
scared
Philly. We'll
about.
see if he pans out. But it really makes me wonder, is Heat culture actually a thing? Like, you know, the power of friendship. And it also makes me scared of New York because they're going to build the next one.
Dude, New York is going to be so fun. I can't wait. It's going to be so fun.
I
No,
hate
I
it
can't
and
wait.
I
It's
love
gonna
it
be-
at the same
Oh.
time. I
Y'all
hate it
saw
and I love it at
something
the
else
same
about
time.
New York? The Mikal Bridges said he's willing to take a team-friendly contract
saw
like
that.
I
Brunson.
saw that. It's going to
If he
be
takes a pay
terrifying.
cut,
So
oh
amazing.
my
It's
gosh.
wraps. If they
Like,
can
no,
get
because if
someone
he takes-
better
care
to
if they
fit
win.
than Julius Randle, it's wraps. And even
Yeah,
if it is
imagine-
Randle.
No, when they
Dude,
have
I'm
picks
so-
too. So if
Yeah, they have like 4 more
And
picks.
they
I
have,
think.
if
like,
they
a
want to
couple of
trade
the
for
garbage
Markkinen,
picks.
they technically can.
They
They
have like
should
a
trade for
Pistons
Markkinen.
lottery
They shouldn't,
protected,
but
like
if they
Wizards
want
lottery
a better
protected.
guy
Like
than
those aren't conveyed.
They should
Randle,
go
they
get. They
can.
should go get Bronny James. I think that could be really good for them.
All right.
The next
I
superstar in
think-
New York.
That's how you sabotage them. I'm all
Yeah.
in for it.
No,
No,
how they're
but
gonna
there's
do it
gonna
for the
be-
Lakers from now on. Any trade for a decent player, they're gonna ask for Bronny. That's how it's gonna be. Not because they want Bronny. They'll trade him for him and they'll immediately cut him, but just to see if LeBron would trade his son. That's what's gonna happen.
That'd be really funny. That'd be really
That'd be
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do think for the Knicks
Yeah.
next year, there's going to be one, because every year there's just one, like there's one viral play that goes insane. The Nets did this against the Cavs 5 years ago when we were
the
at
Blake Griffin
Dogwater.
behind the back.
Yeah, back behind the back to Kyrie, over the top to Kevin Durant. Yeah, there's always one play every single year like that. The Cavs had that 2 years ago actually, where I think Levert to Darius Garland to Moses Brown for a dunk.
Moses Brown.
Moses Brown.
Moses
what a
Brown,
name.
what a
Moses
name.
Brown.
Shout out Moses
He
Brown.
was on the
Great
Clippers
rebounder.
last, right?
Yeah, or
He was.
I think-
I don't think he is anymore though, right?
the Knicks are going to
Hey,
have that play next year.
The Mo
It's gonna be
Bamba
OG
before
and
Mo
Anunoby.
Bamba.
Trailblazers.
No, it's going to be OG Anunoby rips the ball from somebody in the post, outlet pass, right? Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson are already running. Mikal and Josh Hart are already running. Jalen Brunson catches the outlet, throws a half-court lob to Josh Hart, who catches it, and then mid-air lobs to Mikal. That's going to be the finisher. Okay, I'm already calling it now. The Knicks are going to have an insane play next year. Power of friendship, lock it
glazing.
in. Shut up.
Yeah,
bro.
honestly, bro. Like,
I mean,
settle down.
they're an exciting team. I get it, but like, at this
Bro
point, I
said
just
bro
want
said
to
he's
make
gonna
the
do a
point.
midair lob. Like
All right. I have
We've seen
I have a
those.
quick question.
That's not rare.
We saw the Knicks this year, and we saw how good they are. We saw how they added Mikal Bridges. But I do want to ask the question: do you think we're overrating the Knicks a little bit? Do you think they're going to
No.
drop back down, be
No.
like
Not
a
at all.
4 or
No.
5
Not at
seed?
all.
No.
no.
Okay.
No,
OG
that's
I
is
just wanna bring it up.
The
fantastic.
the only reason they didn't make the ECF
Injuries.
was because of injuries.
Yep.
I agree.
And
Literally
now that you
everybody went
have
down.
more guys, you'll
Like,
have
I
Randall back.
personally-
You got Mikal.
Yeah.
You're gonna be better.
Well, Randall's going to change
Yeah.
the way that they play. There's going to be less Hart minutes. There's going to be less
They
minutes for
could
some of
still
these
play
guys.
the same way with Randall.
I honestly
Randall
think
needs the
Randall
ball in
is
his
gonna
hands.
benefit. I think Randall's gonna benefit from having Mikal Bridges
Yeah,
and OG next to
I
him.
agree.
Mikal's an off-ball player, but I'm just saying things are going to
No,
change.
but-
Like Randall needs the ball
Randall
in his
doesn't
hands.
need
I
the
think
ball
the
in his
pace.
hands, and I'll tell you why. His best seasons were with true point guards. His best season was with when he played alongside Brunson in 22 to 23. And that's like when Brunson really, I think, broke out. It wasn't as good as he was this past season, but
Mhm.
if you
I see,
check
yeah.
Randall's efficiency and stats, when he's played with like guys not named Alfred Payton, he's been so good.
Alfred Payton.
N-
The
no
Knicks have had
Elfrid
a
Payton
bad
slander
history
on
of
this
point
pod.
guards.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah,
I-
I do
We
think
gotta run a grid again sometime. See what obscure names we can pull up. But
Oh yeah.
Alfred Payton.
Um,
Emmanuel
Ntilikina,
Mudiay.
we
should-
got Dennis
speaking of
Smith
grids,
Jr., Trey Burke.
We should move on to the
We're
second
dragging
half of our
Bender.
plan. The
All right, we can
Olympic.
do that. We can do that.
Yeah, let's do that right now. It's been 40 minutes, I think. So,
All right, we've gotten a little sidetracked, but for our second and closing part of this episode, to commemorate the Olympics coming up, we'll probably talk about it a little bit more next week. We wanted to do an international NBA draft where each of us get to pick a player from a different country. So, for example, let's say I pick LeBron James for the United States. I can't pick anybody from the United States. And Han picks
James.
Luka Doncic. He can't pick anyone from there, and vice versa.
Slovenia.
And we had 6 players. You're looking for your first 5 and your main bench player. We do
Oh,
need
we are
to.
doing. Oh, it's good snake. Yep.
It's gonna be snake order. What is the draft order gonna look like?
Does
Yeah, I
anyone
call
want
you
to do the
fourth
honors?
He calls the 4th pick, Manas?
Yeah. No, we're,
No,
we're,
frick-
we're just gonna.
We're letting
No,
We're letting the
no.
randomizer decide. Get out of here.
Someone
Yeah.
do.
All right,
someone
all
do
right.
random.com.
I know.
Shout out
All right, bet.
random.com.
Somebody pull it up.
Should
Somebody
I
pull it
should
up.
I just pull it up on my?
Yeah, share your screen. Share your screen.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm just gonna let y'all know I'm about to wipe y'all. Let me be real.
Wait, hold on.
We'll see
How do you
about
share
that.
screen again?
Unless
When
I
this
get like
is done,
pick
when this
3.
is done, viewers, you might see some polls out there. Maybe we'll see
Ooh,
who
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
think has the best team.
It's a good idea.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna get
Oh,
We
it.
might know.
I
at the
like that
end,
idea.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
You know, it's
we
a
got
good thing
this.
we don't have Donatello on this draft. He would be absolutely killing it.
Tyrese
he's probably-
Halliburton first round.
First
Oh yeah,
pick, Tello first pick, Utah Watanabe from Japan.
yeah.
Okay,
we have
look.
we have a
Ooh,
friend,
we're gonna-
and he's made some bad draft picks when we've done drafts like these. So
Tyrese
as Han
Halliburton
said, good thing
first
he's
overall.
not here. We have 4 professional
Okay.
drafters here, so we're
I
gonna show you guys how we
and
do it.
randomize. Hey, I ended up getting 4 anyways.
Oh my gosh, I got the first pick. You gotta
No.
be kidding.
Hell yeah!
You
No.
gotta be kidding.
I-
Lucas, Noah, Han, and Manis. That is the
Oh,
order.
by the
Lock it
way,
in.
one more thing. This is all time,
Oh.
obviously.
All time.
The player. Yeah.
No, hell no.
No.
Do it right now.
Why not?
We're doing
okay,
next
so hold on.
year's-
So hold on. So, for example, we're only doing current.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
wait,
only
so
doing
my
current.
rules. Current, the team they're currently playing for on the
Right,
Olympics roster.
obviously.
So Joel Embiid is American under this category. okay?
Correct.
He's not Cameroonian.
Yes.
He's not French. He's American because he's playing for Team USA. Only players that are currently actively playing professional basketball somewhere, and have represented or are plausibly representing a country in.
So
in
we're
the
also
Olympics.
including players that didn't qualify, though, right?
Theoretically,
Yeah, we
so,
can do that.
theoretically,
Okay,
Matisse
fine.
Thybulle
International,
for
international
Australia.
draft.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. Y'all ready? Y'all good?
Yeah.
I'm
Just
ready.
run
I
I'm
know
still-
exactly
For
the
my
2 guys I
first,
want.
overall pick, I'm gonna be taking Luka Doncic from Slovenia.
Okay.
Gotta take him, number 1.
Lock it in.
I'm confident at that. I'm confident in that.
Noah, go ahead.
All right, so obviously this is going to be a little tough. I really want to. I'm deciding between two guys.
Bro wants Embiid.
Screw it.
Hold
With
on,
the second overall pick.
he's lagging. Let him give him his
shit.
time.
All right. So there's an obvious pick and there's a tough pick. So I'll take the obvious. Give me Giannis.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hate
That's
you
good.
so much.
That's good. That's
Okay.
good. So we know
Giannis
who's going
Antetokounmpo
3.
going number 2, representing Greek.
We know
I-
who should
Yep.
go 3.
All right. Well, I'm left
You know
with
who should go 3. I
We
mean, there's
all know who should go 3.
an obvious pick.
number 3. I'm going to take the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic, representing
Okay,
Serbia.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Damn, we really
Correct.
just gave
I'm
him.
not happy
We
that
really
I'm
just
forced
gave
to
him
take
honest.
this
I,
pick. You know what? I don't
I'm
like
taking-
taking bad defenders.
y'all know who I'm taking Shea
Yeah, I
and
know.
Wemby.
Shay's a good pick.
it's so
Easy pick.
disgusting.
Snake, you have the next one. Go ahead.
He picked Wemby.
Oh, he did. That makes sense. Why did I even
Well,
question it?
obviously, yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
honestly.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I never considered taking Jokic. I almost took Shea, but
Wow,
right.
that's
That's a
disgusting.
terrible. That's a
Yeah,
terrible
that
decision.
never. You shouldn't admit something like that, buddy.
So, guys, Pod, in case you are wondering, Noah just made his second worst statement on this podcast ever. After Drew never played in the finals, did he?
all right. No, you don't
so
understand.
I now
You don't
have
understand the logic.
what logic, bro? He won a final.
Just
he won a
pick,
championship.
just pick.
Anyways,
No, not the Drew Holiday. Just pick. And
He's like,
just
shut
pick.
up and pick, shut up.
shut up and pick. I don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm gonna take a
Who
point
you
guard
got?
to put next to. You guys might not like this. I'm gonna take a point guard to put next to Nikola Jokic. Give me Stephen Curry, representing
that's
the
the
good old
right pick.
USFA.
Oh,
That's
the
the right pick.
That's a good pick.
okay.
Over Kevin
I didn't think
Durant,
about
I know,
that.
but I need my guy. I need a point guard. They're hard to come by.
I honestly didn't think about that because my pick, my reasoning for almost taking SGA is the scarcity of guards. So internationally, give me Jamal Murray.
Good pick.
It's a good pick.
Okay.
It's a
I
good
like
pick.
it.
Solid pick.
That's who I thought you were gonna take. I almost took SGA for that same reason, just because there's not a lot of guards internationally. There's a lot of bigs. There's a lot of
Yeah.
wings, but there's not a lot of guards.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Yep.
So you can retract your
See,
statement. And
this
let's
is
move
where I reach a tough spot, right? Because I want to take one of Embiid or AD, and AD has been better in the Olympics, but as a whole, in terms of just like player, Embiid is still the better player. So I'm just gonna. Oh God, I don't know what to do. Whatever. He's still the better player. I'm gonna take Joel Embiid. I don't even like Joel Embiid, but I'm gonna take Joel Embiid. Let me take him.
Damn.
And then at my 4th spot, let me get Pascal Siakam.
Good pick.
All right.
Good
Okay,
pick.
that's a good pick.
Noah, you have a chance to ruin my day with this next pick. I certainly hope you don't.
I forget who you have, so I might ruin it. I might not.
He has Steph and
Jokic.
Jokic.
Oh,
yeah.
he has Stephen Jokic.
Wait, Lucas, who did you take?
All right. My
I
pick.
have
Embiid.
Embiid,
Okay.
Luca, and
and
Siakam.
Pascal. Okay.
Maybe this is who you have in mind. Maybe it's not. I feel like he's the best player left on my board. Give me Lauri Markkinen.
I hate you.
Damn.
Hate you. Get out of my state.
Everybody
Okay,
wanted Laurie,
move
bro.
to
He's
New
gonna play
York,
Everybody
bro.
wanted
perfectly
Laurie.
next to Giannis.
Oh.
Perfectly next to Giannis.
But you don't have a
I
center.
hate
though.
you so much.
I don't have a center.
I hate you.
I'll get a center. I'm
Yeah.
good. There's so many
No, you
options
know what?
left.
Screw you. I'm going to take the center. 2 centers. Give me Rudy Gobert. No, I'm taking it. I'm doing it.
I was never taking Gobert, but all right.
I'm going to do
Don't
it,
you
bro.
have
Rudy?
Okay.
Don't you have Jokic?
Hold on, you're selling your team. He's
Yeah,
selling
bro,
his team.
selling his team
Well,
too.
also he also is the
Sabotage.
best defender available.
Hold on, does the international
but
player have to have
Jokic
played
at
in
the
the Olympics
4?
this year?
Ew. Jokic at the 4.
Yeah, this year.
They
Got
have to
on
play.
the
They have to
squad.
play in the qualifiers or the Olympics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Let's see.
Wait, Lowry is
Yo,
playing,
low
right?
key,
I
hold
haven't
on.
seen any media
I
about
have
him.
no
He is
idea.
playing, right?
He's playing, he's definitely on the roster. So we'll go off that.
Okay, so for my next two picks, I will go with
Nah,
shit.
Lowry's not playing in the Olympics, but I feel like he's so good you gotta keep him. So I guess we're not gonna do that then. Anybody's on
I
the
don't know who I
board,
want.
but
Oh, okay. So we
Okay,
are going.
you
So,
know
okay,
what?
so my
shoot.
pick is valid, right?
yeah, Lowry's
We're just-
valid. Lowry's valid. I'm not gonna take him away from you.
Right. I think we should
You know,
just
like,
You want
focus
him
on
instead.
international.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, so I will be taking. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna take Cat as one of them.
That's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wemby and Cat will be well or fit well. And then
He played?
after Dominican Republic.
Gotcha.
They didn't make it though. Who else do I want? Wait, does Clay count from Bahamas?
Bahamas.
Did he play with the
I
Bahamas?
get. He practiced
trained
with them.
with
He's
him.
not
I'm
allowed
not sure.
to.
He was in
but-
the squad. Oh, okay. Shit.
I would say because he has represented America before, right?
Oh, he
I
has?
feel like it's not fair.
I actually
I don't know
did
if he
that.
has.
He has.
Shit.
I know that. It's
Oh, he's
just he went to practice
Repped
with
America
Bahamas.
before. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, then I guess I will just go with shit. Ah, fuck it.
I was a little
I'll take
lost.
Anthony Edwards.
It's a good pick.
Damn you! All right, you good?
Let me see. See, I'm trying to figure out what the line is for international slash Olympic. Because for team fit, best available for me is OG Anunoby. But yeah, I don't think he's ever
I
played for an
hate
international
you.
roster.
Oh,
That's
wait.
what I was
I'm gonna
thinking. I
piss
don't
no-
think he has.
Yeah,
That was my
I
pick.
googled it. I
Alright.
don't think he has. But if
If Lori
Larry at
counts,
least has
go
played for
for it.
FIBA. Yeah, you know what?
Well, this-
We're
Bro,
going off
I
this
know
year. I'll
who
take
I
OG.
want next. Hopefully, none of y'all take
I'll take OG Anunoby. I'll lock it in.
OG.
Bruh.
Okay, it's a good pick.
Fine.
That was good. All right, you're putting me in a tough spot here because I don't know which direction to go. My U.S. slot is still open. Have you guys all picked a U.S. player?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So-
all have.
So I got to figure
So
out
just
which
pick a
U.S.
next
player
round.
I want. Since
Take
you
your
took
US
Ant-
player
It's a
next
very,
I'm waiting
very
until last
easy
pick.
option here.
Yeah, but I guess. Hold on. I do need more wings, I guess. And I don't know if I can get that. Worst comes to worst, I could put it on the bench. Let me take Franz Wagner.
Dang
pick.
it! Screw
Let's
you!
God damn
All right,
it.
so you guys need to let me know if this is valid or not, right? We took OG, who technically didn't play. Lori technically wasn't on the roster.
Mhm.
I'm thinking Kristaps Porzingis for Latvia.
That counts.
Great pick.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
Yeah,
take
totally
Kristaps
valid.
He might
Porzingis.
fall, but yeah.
I'll go ahead and take Kristaps, and at my 2, this is where it gets tough, right? Because I'm missing my 2 and my 3. Let me get. I don't want to do this. You know what? Let me get Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Okay, that's not a bad pick.
All
I
right.
need to fill out my
Interesting.
2 and somebody that can actually shoot the ball.
Oh, interesting. All right.
It's not bad. Oh, so is it my turn again?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still on the line
Hopefully
about
no
which
one
U.S.
takes my
player to
next
go
guy.
with. I'll say it out loud because whatever. That's not gonna be my pick now because I still have time. And all the U.S. guys are open. Well, I mean LeBron's there. Probably won't take him. but I don't know. There's KD, obviously. There's AD. So those
Just
are my
pick,
main
bro.
three. I'll take my time. Just like you're good at, Han. Han has a history of taking his time when on the clock. So I'm going to rub it in. I'll take another minute before I choose. And all right, well, I guess best available. I don't know if it's a great fit, but oh well. Domantas Sabonis.
I thought
Yeah,
about him. I just
that's
didn't like
cool.
him as my reserve. But it's a good
Um,
pick. It's like, for me, if I sub him out for Embiid, I don't really like that he can't hold down the paint for me.
Yeah. I don't know if
I've
I
never
love the
been a
fit
fan
next
of
to
guys
Giannis, but
that can't defend.
Yeah, that's questionable.
it's tough next. But I have
I mean, you're
Giannis
definitely gonna be
and
scoring.
Laurie. Yeah, no, my offense is there.
You'll definitely
And
be
I have-
scoring.
That's why I wanted OG, but Han had to ruin the moment.
I
so.
wanted OG too, bro.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I like
All
my
right.
team, so I'm not stressing.
This
Let's
is
see
a
who
pick that
Han
you guys
wants.
aren't gonna like. I don't think.
He's taking Dylan Brooks.
What?
Don't poke the bear.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if he qualifies first. Because
He
I
does.
think
He's for
He
Canada.
does.
He does,
Yeah.
yeah.
no, not him.
Oh, or
not
you're saying
him.
your
not,
guy.
not Dylan Brooks.
Oh,
your guy. Who is
who
it?
is it?
Lou
Oh,
Dort.
I have an idea who this is.
No!
yeah.
Wait, who?
That's a good one.
Who?
Lou
He took
I
Dort,
Lou
want
also
Lou
from Canada.
Dort.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Kill
That's
yourself.
a good pick.
I
Lucas,
hate
we
you.
So
can't be
timely
friends
on
with
this
you here, bro.
podcast.
We guys, Pod, don't we just love each other so much? So my starting lineup is currently Steph, Lou, OG and Anunoby. I need a power forward, and then Jokic, and I bring Rudy off the bench is my decision.
Mid.
Ooh, you're gonna have to play Jokic
Yeah.
at power forward in that scenario. You might as well just start
Yeah,
him
but
at
he's
that.
gonna have like freaking Al Horford at power forward.
No, I have an idea. I have such a great idea. I hope you guys
And
don't
it's
think
gonna
of him.
backfire so miserably.
Monis,
But
It's
go
gonna
ahead, take your
backfire. I
two.
guarantee it.
Okay, I will be taking. I don't know if this guy counts. But my guy's Denny of Dia.
That's a
He's
great.
not a
Good
bad
pick.
pick.
Good pick.
Hey, I'm a fan.
That's
I'm
a
a
great
fan.
pick.
Denny. Okay, so I've got my starting five rounded up. I need a 6-man now. And I would have loved Nemhard, but I've taken a player from Canada already.
There's another guy
Oh, that's
available. You're forgetting.
Who?
We talked about him too.
Who?
Dennis Schroeder.
I don't want Shooter.
Why would he want Dennis Schroeder, bro?
He's better than
Oh,
Andrew
what?
Lampard.
Yeah, no, he's not.
In
Did you see
international
Nemhard
play?
this playoff
season
run?
he
Have you
wasn't.
guys seen
Yeah, but we're
have you
talking
guys
about we're talking
ever-
about the season. We're talking about the season.
I was gonna say German Schroeder when he's playing for that team is a completely different guy. I don't know, man.
Do I just end up taking Josh Giddey? No, I'm not gonna. Okay,
Do it.
I'm
No
gonna
balls.
just. No, I'm not taking Giddey. I'm gonna just take Buddy Hield.
That's a good pick.
Mm.
This is my plan,
Give me
Lucas.
sharp
I'm
shooting.
taking Rui Hachimura from Japan. As my power forward.
Four? Ew. Rui.
Oh,
Wait,
not
who are
as
you
a
taking?
four, as a
I-
as a 6
Rui?
man.
He's
Damn.
taking Rui. No, he's taking
No.
Rui as his four, Manas.
Rui can either be my four or I can play Jokic at the four. I'm not sure which right
We're
now.
gonna have
but I
Rudy
could,
off the bench.
I could also theoretically play Rui at three, move OG up to four. That gives me defense and size, while not sacrificing speed.
You're literally doing this. That's the same lineup. You're just switching the position name.
Yes, I am. But Rui
That
at three
doesn't
works
change
better than
anything.
Rui at four. No, I'm thinking in terms of like, well, because my draft is finished. I have two centers. One of them is going to be my 6-man, right? I would rather do
Your
that.
size is small.
OG Anunoby 6'10". I have no clue what you're talking about.
Since when is OG
Is-
6'10"?
Isn't he? I assumed he's tall because he looks big.
He has a
Yeah.
long wingspan.
OG's 6'7" with like a 7-foot wingspan.
Really?
Yeah.
He's
Where are
6'7".
you getting
I'm
6'10"
cooked.
from?
I'm cooked. I've always thought he was tall as hell. Monis is right.
Well,
I'm
Noah's up, so
So my team right now, I'm kind of, I guess, stuck on who I should take with my last pick.
OG's 6'6"
Me too.
actually.
No, he's
I'm
6'7",
not taking
according to Google.
LeBron. I'll put it out there. LeBron, you're a free agent. I could say the two names I'm deciding between, and I'll make a pick after that. So first name, the obvious one, Kevin Durant.
Okay.
The second one,
KD.
Mr. Mickey Mouse himself, Jason Tatum.
No.
Such a hater.
Wait, there's no way. You're gonna take
So which
Jason
one are you
Tatum over
taking?
No,
LeBron
you
James?
don't
You taking
understand.
Tatum?
I'm going to end up taking Kevin Durant. But you don't understand why I'm considering Tatum just because of his ability to potentially slide up to a guard position. And
So KD could be better fit. At least
I'm
I think
taking
KD's a better fit
KD. I'm
as
saying
shooting
that,
guard
but that's why I'm
than
considering
Tatum.
Tatum. That's why I was considering Tatum. So my last pick is Durant, but I
Okay.
gotta say, Mr. Not Finals MVP definitely got some consideration.
Lucas, finish the draft off. Who's gonna be your 6th-round pick?
See, this is where it gets hard, right? Because I'm between two guys, and one of them is a little bit more ball dominant, and I don't really think I need that with Embiid and Luka on my team, but he is better and shoots better, so I'm like kind of mixed. But I have enough offense, so I'll be okay. I'm gonna be taking. This is gonna be hated. I'm taking Dylan Brooks for my small forward
Dylan
spot.
Brooks.
Don't poke the bear.
Hey, the very
The
least he
LeBron
can
hater.
do is play defense, and he's a decent shooter. Like, he's fine enough shooter.
RJ
Can I
Barrett
change
is
my
available.
pick? Can I change
the
my
thing is,
pick? I want
RJ
LeBron
Barrett.
now.
No, I
No,
want LeBron
RJ
now.
Barrett.
Way too late.
RJ
Way too
Barrett
late
was
to
my
change your
second option.
I
Like
want
I just
LeBron
said,
when he's
RJ
going
Barrett
against Dylan Brooks.
is a lot more ball dominant though. And so if I have Luka and I have Embiid, RJ Barrett is good, especially when he got traded to Toronto, but he has a better ability when he has the ball in his hands, and I don't really need him to be doing that with Luka and Embiid. I just need him
Yeah.
to play defense and shoot the ball. And Dylan,
You know, if I were you, I would have considered
Does that better.
Bojan Bogdanovic as well, actually, for
Didn't
shooting.
he already
But
take
then
a Croatian?
I realized you don't have defense with Luka, so you need the defense that Brooks gives you.
and Luka's a whatever defender. He's not like terrible, but
Didn't he also
Highest
take a
blow by
Croatian
rate
already?
ever.
Or no?
no, I
'Cause you
took
took Bogdan, right? Or who took Bogdan?
Bogdan is Serbian.
Never mind. I thought they were both Croatian. So
My team is kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie.
My team is weird. I always do this thing
Your
in
team is
draft where I
tiny.
end up
Which Croatian guy?
with hella wings
Lucas
because I
took?
really like long wings.
I didn't take
and then
any
I have
Croatian
no real
guy.
forwards.
Oh, okay.
I thought Bogdan was Croatian. That's why.
No,
Yeah,
Oh.
no Croatians were drafted. It's Zubac and Bojan that are Croatian, right? Yeah, I think so.
They have a very not so talented group of individuals.
And then there's
The new guy.
Vucevic.
Yeah.
Vucevic was
Vucevic.
undrafted.
My
Yeah, all right.
starting, I guess I gotta go tall. Laurie's my sixth man.
Lowry is
And,
not.
I mean,
oh,
KP
come
is
on.
mine, so
Yeah.
So mine's
Yeah.
Buddy Hield. Give me
Mine's
shooting
Rudy
off the bench.
Gobert.
KP Cook. I mean, me and Noah have better six men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we
I
gotta
just need
compare
defense really
lineups.
badly.
Well, let's go through our lineups. Helen, you want to start us off?
Point guard Stephen Curry. Shooting guard Lou Dort. Small forward Rui Hachimura. Power forward OG Anunoby. Center the MVP himself Jokic. Sixth man Rudy Gobert. Reigning defensive player.
Not a bad squad.
Who goes next?
You got it.
I got you. At my point guard, Luka Doncic. At my two, give me Bogdan Bogdanovic. Could have gotten six man of the year, but he kind of slowed down at the end of the year. At my three, I have Dylan Brooks. Lockdown, clown, but a lockdown nonetheless. At my four, I got Pascal Siakam. At my five, I got Joel Embiid. Off my bench, Kristaps Porzingis.
All right.
Who's next? Me?
I
I
guess.
got it.
don't think it matters.
So I'm gonna have Shea at point guard, obviously. Then have Ant at my two, Denny at the three. I'll have Cat run the four, Wemby at the five, obviously. Then you got Buddy Hield off the bench as the
Alright.
six man.
Not bad. And then, okay, so I got Jamal Murray running point, Franz Wagner at my two, slotting him up. Can definitely shoot. Stuff.
He lagged out
Did he
again.
cut out?
Yeah.
Damn.
My lag. All right, Franz Wagner at the two, sliding him up. I don't know how much of it had caught previously. Durant at the 3, Giannis 4, Sabonis at the 5, and Markkanen coming off the bench. Probably, I also considered sliding Markkanen at the 4, Giannis at the 5, but I'd rather keep it
I
taller for
honestly
now.
think
Yeah.
I dislike Franz Wagner's fit at the 2. He's not a great defender, and he also he can't shoot, bro. Lucas will attest to this. He shot, I think, 1 of 15 from the field in the closeout against the
115 in
Cavs.
the
Yeah.
closeout.
He
Hey,
can't
Klay
shoot.
Thompson shot
He
0 of
can't
10 in
shoot.
an
You can't have a
elimination
shooting
game.
guard who can't shoot. The last shooting guard who couldn't shoot was like who? Tony Allen was a point guard. Andre Roberson, and he played like 3 years in the league.
Okay,
4
but
years
Franz
in
is
the
a
league.
lot
Yeah.
better than Andre Roberson, bro.
I know. I could have gone after
Yeah, but he still can't
I
shoot.
could have gone after a better shooter, but I thought Franz would just play better next to Jamal Murray. Potentially so. I mean,
All right.
Franz will be fine.
took more
Han is
talented
Han is
players,
overblowing
so-
it.
Yeah.
All right,
I
Pod,
think my
head to
team
the
will be fine,
Instagram and
but-
go vote. We're gonna put up a post shortly with our just
I'm gonna put
highlighting
it up on.
essentially.
I'm gonna put it up on the Spurs account. That's cool.
All right,
We'll get
you
more.
can do that. You can do that
more
once
votes
it
on
comes
that.
out on
We'll
Saturday. But
repost
we're
it
also
on
gonna put it
there.
on our
Repost it
Instagram.
on there.
We're gonna
Should
put it out on our
should
Instagram.
I
It's gonna
put
be
it
in
up
the,
on
the
there?
caption.
Or
Just make it a
Which one?
collab.
okay, I'll do that.
That
I think
works.
that's a good idea.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you've enjoyed our discussion of the Summer League and the Olympics in this dry spell for American basketball. We're gonna have a couple more abstract episodes coming soon. I have ideas for a hot takes episode and a ask your random
That's gonna be
basketball
fun.
question. Come in with one basketball question. Let's ask it. Episode is gonna be a fun few weeks while we wait for the season to start.
Yes,
Peace out.
sir.
Peace out.